So here's a first video that I've never actually seen done on YouTube before that I'm going to do a comparison on is the 12-inch Edison model 124004 comfort fan. This is the one that I had purchased that was originally bought at Pomida for $24.95 and needed work, and the motor needed work on this one. I had it serviced. It was really dirty and needed oil. And also my 14-inch model 144001, which is a little bit rarer. You don't see as many of these. This one had the big full-size 2.6 amp motor. On the bottom of this thing, I'm probably not going to pick it up just because you won't be able to see it anyway. It gets kind of dark. Today I got the lights on over here, but you won't see it with this dark cabinet. But the bottom of it actually says 2 amps, but if you look at the actual fan itself, it says 2.6, and I found that the motors tend to be more accurate. Yeah, the back of this one even says it's a little bit different than the 12-inch, but choice of high, medium, and low speeds. You got convenient carrying handle, computer designed blade for high volume air breather. That one is different from this one. I don't think that was computer designed. Epoxy coated motor and permanently lubricated bearings for a long and reliable life. That's what their service department was, that address. Compact design for use virtually anywhere. Beautiful pecan wood grain cabinet. This one is a beautiful walnut. It is a little bit darker. If you look at it, you can see. But these are almost the exact same size. That's what's so crazy. They get advertised as both being 12 and 14 inch. But, I mean, this one, if you really... I can put them back to back next to each other in a second after we've done the comparison here, and you can see they are very much so the same size. I mean, it's like there's almost, I think this one's maybe a slightly bigger, but it's definitely not 2 inches. And then anyway, this one over here, the 12-inch 124004, pretty much the same exact thing. The smoked translucent blade, they don't advertise that. They just advertise it on the other one as being computer design, which I guess in the time of this would have been cooler than the color of the blades back in the early 80s. Yeah. The motor in the back here, so I'll go over the motor now. Sorry, this one's a little bit dirtier. You can actually oil these. You've got you see that little yellow, like straw looking thing that goes into the back of the motor, or to the front of the motor, sorry. And then this hole up here, that is also the back oil port, which is one of the cool things. This motor, I think, only has, it says 1 amp. I don't know if it's different on the bottom on this one or not. I didn't check. But yeah, it's only drawing 1 amp. It's pretty slim. That's still more than what a lot of new fans draw, but compared to the one that's just slightly bigger, if even, it's like that thing's got the full size. Basically takes up the whole cabinet. It looks really cool. This one's also a lot heavier than this fan too. This one's not very heavy. I try to never pick them up by their handles. They're the kind of flimsy. I don't want them to break. This switch on this one, the 3-speed switch, is better, I think, than on this one. I think this switch is just kind of cheap. This one also goes from low, medium to high. This one is traditional high, medium, low. I'm so happy I finally get to do this comparison. The speeds are just like engraved. You can barely even see it. That's what I was trying to say. Just the handle. So I'm going to do what I did on the other video. I'm going to start them up. Individually, like I do my last several videos. And then let's move this over. Now, see that? Those are like the same size. That is like only, like, it doesn't even look like it's bigger at all. The cabinets are like the exact same height. I can't believe they classify that as a 14-inch. Maybe the blades are 14-inch or something like that, and I mean, that was one of the biggest things a lot of people talked about on these two, is that the blades are so too big for the cabinet. They needed to make the cabinet bigger for these. But it's got pretty good pitch to them. I think these look really cool. The motor's noisier than this one, but they both have that really cool Edison box fan motor sound that they used when the Toastmasters were still being produced by McGraw-Edison. I'm going to go ahead and start up the 12-inch first. I had this one running. It kind of takes it a minute for it to start up. That's one thing I forgot to say too, is it starts up counterclockwise. But yeah, it takes this one a minute. This one definitely had a lot of use. I'm not even sure that's actually what it's supposed to be at medium or low. I think that's actually more powerful on my other one. This one, because it's so worn out, that it doesn't even totally get up to speed. Medium. Yeah, I think that's cool how it spins counterclockwise, though. That's one of the unique things about this particular fan, now high. Just kind of noticed there was this address. I was trying to see if it had like the looks like Items Inc. Saginaw, Wisconsin. Interesting. Just trying to figure out where this was bought. Maybe it was bought on a catalog. I don't know if these were super common in stores. I heard Ace Hardware sold these, but I don't know about any other stores. Alright, now we're going to go off. I think this 14-inch, I don't think it was used very much, if really any at all. It doesn't have any of its original paperwork in the box, but like I said, this one's harder to lubricate because it doesn't have the motor oil ports. But I still think you can take it apart and oil it if you need to. But anyway, let's go ahead and start this one up on high. It's got a beast of a motor in it. I love that about this fan. Medium. And I don't totally agree with people on the 14-inch. The 12-inch, I do agree, doesn't blow that much air, but the 14 does blow a lot of air. It's just not as much as you'd expect for something that's got as much power for a motor and with those cool-looking blades. It's just this grill kind of restrains the air a little bit, the airflow coming through. And the blades, I think, are too big, like some other fan collectors have agreed for this cabinet. They needed to make it bigger. Low. Show you the back of this motor. This motor looks like it hasn't had much use just by looking at the inside of it. I love the way that sounds. back of this grill is also more restrained, so it's even harder to pick it up, being heavier on top of that than this one. But that's because this one, they wanted to be easier for you to get in there and be able to oil it. That's why the grill is less restrained on the back on that one. And off. I still do like this one a lot, though. It's really cool, the 14-inch. We'll start them both up on high now. Yeah, this one here, the 14-inch, it definitely lows a lot more than the 12-inch, for sure. Medium. Low. Yeah, like that. Definitely a little bit more. Back to high. That one. Because this one's low, so I'm just going to leave it on low. Before off. And then off. Awesome. Thanks for watching my video, you guys. Please like and subscribe.